Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. Thank you. Look who's in the house next to me. Amy Jo's in the house. We're going to have a wonderful interview with Amy today. But let me talk to you out there first and foremost. Thank you to all of you checking out the No Cover TV podcast, all the audio shows that are on Spotify, to all these great visual shows that are on YouTube. It's just like back in the TV days when we were on twice a week for 11 years. And that was with No Cover TV. And then 4 years prior in the 90s. So, oh, yeah. So we just did a lot of crazy stuff because Big Al doesn't like to edit. It's a pain in the butt. So, anyways, what goes happens, and it happens. You never know what might happen on this show. Oh, yeah. It's Amy's show, not mine. So,
Look out, y'all.
you're right on. So, anyways, I got some people to thank out there before we get on, and there's some wonderful people out there that help out these musicians get their music out there. I get their story out there in the music. If we all work together, we could be a big, happy family and help everybody out and get their music and their story out there. So let me get through my list here. It's getting long. Let's start it. Sandra, you're out there from De La Parra Entertainment, Andrea Hall Music Management, Blindfolded International Management, Legion Entertainment, oh yeah, Around the Clock PR, SBM Global Media, and the Sound Lab. And we got one more that just joined us, Curtain Call Records. We want to welcome them aboard the No Cover TV podcast. Thank you for sending me your artists. Let's get the music and story out there. We're all over the world. We're in over 40 countries, and we just keep growing. Oh, yeah, you can't get rid of Big Al. No, you can't. Not going anywhere. So you know what I'm going to do next, folks, is catch my breath. But anyways, what's my 3 words that I like to say? Support, support, support. Support these artists. Go to their shows, pay a cover charge if there is one. Get to their swag table, buy an album, CD, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee mug, keychain, bumper sticker. It goes on and on. And get down to that stage and enjoy that show and see if you can stick afterwards. Meet these wonderful entertainers, these artists, get an autograph. They're all going straight to the top of my book. And remember, most of all, these artists are doing what they're doing to put a smile on your face. And your smile kicks right back to them, puts a big old smile on the artist's face. Oh, yeah, there it is, right on Amy's face, right there. So in the house, the multi-talented singer-songwriter, Amy Jo. How you doing, Amy? We finally did it.
Made it. We made it. We made it.
That's right. I had to cancel because I didn't feel too good. I hate canceling shows. It's not like me to do that, but we are on now. How are you doing, Amy?
Understand. I'm glad you're feeling better. I totally
Thank you.
understand. I'm great. I'm doing well.
Well, good. You're in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yes.
for now. For the moment.
For now, she says, okay. And it's summertime, isn't it?
Wow, just about. It feels like it.
It does. It does. So, Amy, we've got a lot to talk about. I don't know if we got an hour. We might go into 2 hours. I don't know. But you are a busy girl. Oh, yes, you are.
I'm pretty busy.
Yes, you are. So there might be some things that we're going to talk about that they don't even know about.
That's likely.
Yeah, most likely, definitely. But Amy, before we get to the music and all that nitty gritty good stuff, I want to get in your head and find some things out. Can I do that?
Yeah, let's go for it. It might be scary in there.
Yeah, scarier up here too. So, okay, Amy, we got to go back to when you were a kid. All right, let's get to about 8 years old, 10 years old. We're probably listening to what our parents are listening to. Maybe you got older siblings. What were you listening to at that age and liking?
Oh wow. Yeah, I did. So all the above. I did have my parents' influences. My mom is a singer songwriter, country and folk, and my dad always listened to like the more country stuff, like 90s country back then.
Sure.
And older, and then like the 50s music, right? That they grew up listening to with like the Motown and all that. So
beautiful.
Then I was the tail end. I was the baby of my 5 siblings, and then I had stepbrothers and sisters. But so 10 years older than me, almost 20 years older than me. So I was listening to their music too. So I'm growing up listening to Metallica and
right on, hey!
Getting into Pantera and the AC, all that stuff that was like big back then. AC/DC. So
my. Oh my, okay, so definitely. So yeah, a lot of different music you got a hold of right there, from the funk to the pop
And
to the
then you throw
country.
in like Celine Dion. Like my older sister was like obsessed with Celine Dion, and we used to jam in her little pickup truck. We'd flare on the top of our lungs.
Did you two compete on who could hit the high notes?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That's great.
Go sing Power of Love a few times, and you're golden if you can do all that.
More love. I love it. I'm just a guitar player, not a singer. Don't even want to go down that road with my singing. So, anyways, okay. So you're listening to that, but now where you grabbed a hold of the music. Now,
Mm.
and let's say early teens, pre-teens. Were you in possibly choir in church, school, anything like that?
So nobody I went to school with really knew I could sing. I tried out for show choir and I made it, but I was always in band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
What
played
is
saxophone for like 20 years. So
saxophone? No way. Really?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's real cool. I was a trumpet player, so that's great.
Yeah, I would have done I was actually gonna do both and then we moved. And so I never did choir in school. I sang with
Okay.
church, I sang with my mom.
Okay.
I grew up watching her sing and grew up on like the Judds and all that kind of good stuff.
Of course.
And I don't know, I just always did it at home. And they'd have talent shows and stuff at school, and nobody had a clue that Amy would sing, right? So um, yeah, it kind of
Okay.
threw people for a loop, I think, when it was like, "Oh, she's a
She,
singer." And they're
she
like,
can
"Oh, yeah."
sing. She's got some chords right there. Yeah, they found out. All right. Okay, but when you were in high school and stuff and you got, 16, 17, did you think in your mind this might be something you want to pursue later in life, or do you have other things on your mind?
Um, so I kind of got into it. I was about 15. I fell in love with Gretchen Wilson. Uh it's a funny story because everybody goes through phases, and I was like competitive hip hop dance and things like that. And I was like, Christina Aguilera was my girl, and I thought I was gonna like sing like Genie in a bottle. No, like she's amazing, but I'm not Christina Aguilera, right? I had to figure out what was me.
Right.
And so I started performing on my own some then, and then it was really wild. I had some stuff happen, and I developed like insane stage fright. Like I would throw up before I would go
Oh,
up in front
that's
of a
not good.
yeah, it was crazy. So
Oh, no.
yeah, you wouldn't picture me, like I would just go blank. Like,
Bah.
and so I quit singing for a while altogether, and I was like, I can't, I'm not good enough. You kind of get in your head when
Oh,
you're a teenager.
yeah.
And but I came back to it full circle. So like I did it for a while on like outside of school. Like I did festivals and things like
Sure.
that.
Okay.
Pageants and performances. But um I I came back full circle to it when I was like I'd had my first two sons, and I was just early 20s. I got back into modeling and whatever, and I was like, I want to do more. Like I want to go back to
Yeah,
singing and focus on the songwriting and whatever. And I was looking at other people. I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. And I
that's
started like
right.
telling myself that, and that's when I started rolling with it full time. And I was like, this is what I'm meant to do, and I just got to get out of my own way and do it. So.
Definitely. Well, yeah, that 18 hits and life slaps you real fast. You got to get a job, go to school, start a family. Whatever happens, happens. So now, did you go to college? Did you pursue that at all?
So I have a degree. I
Okay.
do. I actually, so I got married. I had my first son when I was 19. So
Okay.
I've got 5 kids. Yeah. So I've like you said, I'm a busy girl, and
You
busy in
are.
ways people have no don't even most people don't even understand how busy. But
Oh, well, I know that because I've done my research, Amy. Uh-huh. Well, let's just run down that list a bit. Okay, fitness coach, model, vocal coach. Oh, yeah. And top of being a singer songwriter, mother of five.
Mhm.
Do you have time to breathe?
No.
Did I miss something? My goodness.
I I don't know, maybe.
We'll find out down the road.
I don't
I don't
know.
know. Well, that's good. So, yeah, okay. So, when did Amy find your music start writing and getting more serious and getting it out there? How long ago?
Yeah, so I started. I mean, I wrote my first song on my own. I was like 8 or 9 years old.
Sure. Okay.
And then I kind of started exploring more of like figuring out who I was, as a teenager with what style and what suited my voice.
Mhm.
And then early 20s, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I
Oh,
kind of
good.
have just always, well, I'm like, I had to figure out what me was, right? Um, and not be afraid of, well, if I'm me, it's not gonna fit the commercial bill, or it's not gonna, so you kind of, the more you do it, the more you're just okay with that.
Yeah.
And I think I started really writing and honing in. I was early 20s, like 23, 24. I started really, really focusing on making sure I was writing all my own stuff and
Okay.
portraying who I was in my own songs and going and recording and things like that. So
Okay. Because the music I'm listening to, you got that country edge, a little going south on there, aren't you? Mhm.
yeah, everything I do has country in it. It's just it might be a mix of things, you know. I'm
Sure.
I, I'm actually I'm a very country person. So some of the stuff that's not released yet is that more like swampy, like that country
Oh yeah.
southern rock, like
Gritty.
that's what's coming. So
Oh,
it's
I
I'm
love it.
excited for putting all those out there. But
Oh man, amazing. And your wonderful vocals. I mean, everything's going together. Now, with the music, do you have a backup band you use or use a studio musicians? What are we doing?
on my songs that you hear online,
Mhm.
always studio musicians.
Okay, good. Sure.
Yeah, and it's cool because there's a small few that haven't been self and co-produced. So
Sure.
it's always cool because you get to go in and you put your own flavor in it and you can say what you like, what you don't like, what you want. It's been a lot of fun getting into that arena with
Oh yeah.
with the musicians and seeing how it really, really works.
Almost definitely. Now, I've listened to a lot of the songs and stuff. Now, are you putting out more singles, or are you doing a bunch of singles, putting an EP out? What are we doing?
So I've always done singles.
Okay.
I've never released a full album. I've never released a full EP. So, and I've actually rebranded myself a couple times. So there's some things out there in the past under my other name.
Other name.
So yeah, like Stupid Girl's not even on my stuff. And it
Oh,
has a
okay.
music video to it and whatever. It was when I used to use my old last name.
Okay.
Um, and I this year, so 2025, cat's out of the bag that I'll be releasing a full EP. So
Yes, that's what I
yeah.
want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Oh, yeah, nice. I can't wait. Now, don't you have the new song? Was it Bad Decision? Did that just come out?
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
Decision. Uh-huh. Now, is Bad Decision something that you might have done in the past?
Well, so it's funny because if you actually listen to this song, that's not even the actual it's not even in the song about making a bad decision. But it's really funny because everybody reads the title and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's been making some
Right.
bad decisions."
Yeah, right. Well, I think we all make bad decisions in our lifetime. We all do. Yes, we do.
I'm really good at that. I think I'm making an okay one, and then I'm like, "Well, never mind. That didn't go so well."
Scrap that one. Let's move to the next one. That's wonderful. Now, are you focusing more on recording? Do you get a chance to perform out at all?
Oh yeah, yeah. I perform, so it's really cool. I've got a really cool group of local guys that
Oh, nice.
yeah, that we've put together. We've been rehearsing, and so we are actually this. What's funny that you mentioned is we're AJ and the Bad Decisions band.
Agent
Um,
Decisions Man. That's great. I love that name. I've heard a
so
lot of
I
great
mean,
band names.
they're my little bad decisions. It's great. But I also perform. I mean, I still have. I'm an artist, so I'm
Oh,
always Amy Joe, and I go out and I'll do stuff with a guitarist or whatever. And
oh, great.
I'll go back and forth to Nashville or wherever.
Sure.
You get a booking in and performance wise, but
Oh, good. So, a couple times a month. How many times we doing this a month? How many times you out?
it depends. It depends on the month. So we're
That's
the band is new, so we're
right.
getting it, but we're booking up it'll be a lot more regular. So probably at least
Uh,
two, three times a month. And then I'm actually for the next 3 months, I think I'm in Nashville like once a week. I mean, I'm yeah.
Bless your heart. That's great.
Yeah, I'm up there a lot over this next couple few months. So
Hanging around Music Row, huh?
yeah.
That's great. And I'm sure you got your face plastered on the billboards downtown, don't you?
No, but I should.
Yes, you should. Why not? Everybody can do it. I might even do it. Hey, nobody wants to see this mug
You should
now.
do it. You should definitely do it, Big Al.
I'm pissing people off.
You know
No.
what? I'm real good at that too. We could do it. We can piss some people off together. I think that's a good plan. I like
Let's do it.
come see us and our bad decisions. I love
They're
them.
all bad decisions, right? Look out for us too. Hey, oh, before I get any further, Amy Jo, can you tell everybody out there the platforms they can find you and your music?
Yeah, so I'm on all platforms. My website's amyjoesmusic.com, JOS music.com. And online, they actually took my professional Facebook page, but generally I'm at Amy Joe's Music. I'm
Okay,
on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. You can find me. You probably can't friend me because there's a limit. And then
right.
I'm on all the other little stuff, but I guess those are the main ones.
Right on. Let me ask you this. Back in my day, it was a little different than pushing a few buttons and sending stuff off. We had to pop that truck, pass them cassettes out, and kick some butt and put the posters on the telephone pole. Now it's a little easier. What do you think? You like it this way now? I mean, now is more world accessible, I would say, yes.
I would say, okay. So I guess there's two ways of looking at it. So like now, you've got all your digital distribution, whatever you click a button and it goes to everybody has stuff on iTunes and Spotify and
Right.
everywhere, right? You have your distribution company and you boom, release, you wait for a couple weeks and hey, it's live.
Oh,
Um, it is a lot different, but it's so saturated. And
yeah.
I feel like especially since COVID, it's like TikTok star saturated, and it's everybody wants to see numbers, and they
Yeah.
don't even care. They care more what you look like, even if the sound is off. Like they don't even care anymore.
No,
It's
no. I see a
views.
lot of I don't know if I want to call them per se artists, a lot of the karaoke people that come on and think they can do this, but it's a lot of work to be a musician and artist. It doesn't happen in a week, a year, or two. You got to put the blood, sweat, and tears into it.
Well, and I think a lot of people miss. They think, yes, this is what I want. I want to be famous and I want to be doing this full time and I want to be busy full time. I'm like, do you know what it takes to like live on a tour bus? Do you know what it takes to perform, you know, 5 or 6 nights a week or two times a day or whatever? Like they have no idea. They think it's just all fun and like hee ha ha and you get paid for it. And I'm like,
Right. No, yeah, and you never know what the pay is going to be or if they're going to guarantee that pay. You don't know if you're going to be behind chicken wire and get bottles thrown at you,
that's
too.
right.
The old honky tonks. Oh, boy, those are great bars. I love
Playing for food and tips buckets. You know what I mean? Like here's your food and your drinks. Put out your tip bucket, you guys. Good luck getting home. And you're like,
them. You run out of gas halfway home, usually. Oh, the tours. Yes, indeed. That's great. You've got quite a lot of fans out there that love you. What do you think of that?
ah, I mean, I feel like I do, and it's quantity over quality or quality over quantity. I said it backwards. I said it
You
backwards.
did.
Words are hard.
You
Um,
went to City
but
High School, didn't you?
I went to I was in Indiana for that part of my education, guys. Um,
We won't talk about that.
so but no, it's really cool. Like I feel like I connect with a lot of people on more than just a hey, I've seen you online level. So it's really really cool. That's one of the coolest things about doing music is the people that you can network with and come across, and
Oh,
you get to hear some really cool stories, and people connect with different parts of your songs for different reasons, and
yeah. Yeah,
it's
they do.
really cool. It is.
It is when people, connect with what you've wrote and what you're singing and stuff, most definitely. Now, what was this? The Grammys, the CMA, BMI, ACM, and Wing Ding, this thing too. It's
Oh
upside
yeah.
down. Oh, yeah. So, boy, didn't you win an award last year or something?
It was so it's been 3 years because I'm back
3 years.
running this year. So I won gold for Swamp Water 22, 22.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. So I was a judge
Oh,
for 2 years, and now
okay.
I've been flopped back into the swimming pool.
I see that. I'm up there for a couple awards. I've been voting for you every day too.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I've been putting in for you. I saw that on
thank you.
there. So that's awesome.
Thank you. And I'm gonna try to get down to the ISSA this year. And if you're gonna be there, we'll say hey.
I'll be there. I'll be interviewing you on the red carpet.
Oh, whoa! Nobody interviews me. What's up with? Okay, maybe we'll get some dirt on Big Al. Oh no,
Yeah,
I got
my
some
third
story.
my third year. So I'll be doing the red carpet interviews again. So
I rarely get asked questions or been interviewed very much, and it's kind of weird for me to be in the opposite of what I do. Definitely,
good. I like to hear that. I'm gonna work on some questions for you.
Yeah, well, I could tell some stories. Oh, yes, Cindy. All right, this ain't my show; it's your show. Let's get off.
You got to be sure to get in the line early though, because last year we had to cut people off and go for the show, and we ran out of time because it was awesome though. The line for online was like out the door.
Wow. Well, I'll get there early, and since I'm a big guy, I just push my way in. Get out of here. No, I will be nice. I'll be nice. I'll be on my good terms, I guess.
I love the ISSA. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's been the best organization. Like I am connected with some of the really cool organizations, like you said, the
Yeah.
CMA and ACMs, the Grammys. It's been an awesome experience to get to know
Yes.
people and like
Oh,
network and create
networking.
and but ISSA, man, the people are just so real.
Yes.
And I have
Genuine.
made more friends and I have done more, co-writing and networking and collaborations and stuff. Like it's wild. It's been really, really good.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting everybody. I think I've interviewed most everybody, but I want to continue to interview everybody and, yeah, meet everybody. So
Yeah,
it'll be
you're gonna know everybody before you get there. That's
yeah,
a good place
right,
to be
right.
in.
It's not about the award to me. It's about just supporting all of you to do what you do, definitely. So, yes, indeed. All right, now, do you plan on hitting the road possibly? I mean, I know you got a big family. Could you do a tour if it could happen?
Yep. So it's been in the works and things are getting, scheduled and planned out effectively. To try and map out where and how many days and then where to, so
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, there's definitely the idea of okay, yeah, there's always radio tours and then
yeah,
there's, the wherever you're at performing, right? So it's kind of the
exactly.
idea of doing both, but getting the right group of people to travel with, to have like the band or to have the guitarist or whatever worked out has been fun. So we're getting there. We're getting
Right
there.
on. Let me ask you, who's doing your PR? Just you? You got somebody working with you? What's up?
It's this guy. I work with my friend Sarah Ashley. We take turns every now and then. We'll swap back and forth. We'll help each other promote or email or whatever
Sure.
it
Okay.
might be. But and we kind of run some things together as well. So we do like we do production and
Oh,
songwriting
cool.
and all that. So on that side of the business and PR. But yeah, it's little old me.
Oh, you. Well, so let me ask you this. Somebody comes up, slaps a contract in front of you. You think you might be interested
Contract for what?
to, join a label or record company? No?
It
You
would
want to
have
stay
to be the right
independent?
terms. I am
Well, yeah.
really, really careful, really, really picky. Yeah, it would definitely. I mean, it would depend. It would depend on the label. It would depend on the terms. It would depend on how long they're going to own me for and what their expectations
Right.
of me are for. Because right now I'm a free range chicken. Um, I
That
do
ain't all
whatever I
bad.
want, and they don't get to tell me and then take my money. So
That's exactly. That's why I like doing what I do. I'm my own boss in this realm.
that's right. So it would have to be really good. I mean, good business is good business for everybody, and it would take a lot of studying and a lot of debating. I would always consider it. I mean, don't
Okay,
get me
yeah,
wrong. I'm not gonna
yeah,
just be like no,
yeah.
but
Yeah, get a hold of that entertainment lawyer and slap it to him and let him figure it out. Yeah,
well, I think so. In the music industry, I think people have it backwards in their mind. Like they think you haven't made it unless you sign with a label. Where I think completely backwards of that.
I
So
do too. Yeah.
yeah.
I just deal with the national and local artists, and yeah, I have chances to interview the big names, but I don't want to, and I am not going to because they got all the fame they need. It's you
Yeah.
and all the other artists that need that fame. Yes,
Well, I respect that. I appreciate that. And there's nothing wrong with people signing with a label
yeah,
and blowing up and being huge. That's great. That's awesome. If you can do it, that's awesome.
exactly.
As long as some people they get too far sunk into like the debt for what they need from the label and then they're just stuck. And I'm like,
Right, they can't go anywhere. Exactly. All right.
yeah.
Now, the songs, I'm loving every one of them. Now, do you write a journal? What's going on? How you write these songs? Oh, you in the shower? What's going on? I don't know, man. People do some crazy stuff when they do the writing.
That's true. It can be any time. I can be working, I can be driving, I will wake up in the middle of the night. It just depends. Once it's on, it's like you can't shut it off
No,
sometimes,
no, it doesn't go away until you write it down and it's complete.
So I'm a lot better about it now. I used to be very pen and paper, like had to write it by hand.
Okay.
I got a lot better about now there's this handy dandy notes tool on my iPhone.
Cheater.
And you can do shared notes if you're doing a co-write, and it's really awesome. So I will. There have been times. I mean, it doesn't matter what time it is. I'll be in the car line picking my kid up from somewhere and get an
Right
idea, and I'll voice
on.
clip it or put it in there. I've had weeks where I've cranked out like 50 songs in a week before.
Unbelievable.
It's just
That's a lot.
if it hits you, you put it down and then hey, it just kind of falls out. It's great.
Yeah, if the river's going to flow, let it flow. Don't put the dam up. That's great. Okay, as I do got to hit on this. Congratulations on the Maxim magazine and everything like that. I mean, really, come on, that's amazing. I mean,
Uh,
and when did you start applying? Modeling. When did you start this modeling and doing this stuff?
8 or 9 years old.
8 and 9. Really?
I've been a model my whole life. Yeah, I modeled
Okay.
more than I did music. Yeah,
Okay.
but I wanted to. Don't get me wrong, it takes talent in knowing how to do it and how to pose and walk and take care of yourself and things like that. But that's what pushed me to do the singing because I was like, I want to be more than this. I want to be what I want to tell people I am, not what they tell me
Oh,
I'm supposed to be. So I only started getting back into modeling when it was in an avenue where I got to bring myself
there you go.
to
Good.
model. Like I'm not kicking myself aside and being this is what you need to be. It's hey, this is
Right.
what I am. Book me or don't. So it's really cool. So I've been on the cover of Maxim Next twice in the past month.
Oh,
Um I'm actually in the running for the major cover of like the actual Maxim, the major Maxim.
sweet.
Yeah, so people have to vote. There's a voting link for that. Actually, they fly you to New York if you win, and the whole 9 yards. And I'm in four. Yeah, I'm in four competitions with them, but they featured me in their magazine 6 times, and then it's been really cool. And
Wow.
then the third, I've actually been invited to. I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag on this one to go up to the Indiana Kentucky division of Thunder Roads magazine, which is a
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I
biker
know.
magazine.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been requested to be the cover girl for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
There you go, Amy. That's the way to do it. Oh, yeah. Now, between me and you, and I'll whisper this, I did modeling too.
did you? Were you DQ?
Well, what happened when I was 19? I applied for a photography job because I was a photographer. And they said, we want you to be a model, not a photographer. I go, No, but I did it. I worked for John Casablanca.
No, you didn't.
I did the runway, the TV, all that crazy crap. And what really was weird, is when you stand there and you put your arms out and you got five people dressing you up, doing your hair, doing the jewelry, and you're wearing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of diamonds and gold. And it's like you got security walking you everywhere. And it's like, this is kind of cool, but yeah, it wasn't me per se. I'm a musician.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So I can really respect. So I've done runway, I've done bridal, I've done the lookbooks and
Yeah.
the hard copy, the catalog shoots and things like that.
Sure.
But um it is really cool. I really respect the art of it, like
Yeah.
of the photography and of like the high fashion and stuff, as long as it's not like super, super crazy.
Yeah, right.
But I'm like, I always I'm like, okay, what are you gonna turn me into? Cool, make me your little.
Right.
But at the same time, I love the ones where I can just be like, hey, this was me, this was my idea, and this is what we got, you know?
Right. Yeah, I remember the choreographing classes we had to go to do all this stuff. But the benefit, I got free clothes. I loved
Yeah.
it.
So like doing like brand ambassador, like brand modeling and stuff. Like a lot of times you get to keep the stuff or like promote the stuff and get a
Yeah.
discount, which is really fun. I'm connected to some things like that. So you walked the runway?
Yes, and on TV I did it too.
That's awesome. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I actually did. I didn't say that to everybody, but yeah, I did.
It's fun. I
It was
actually
fun.
love I'm telling you what, I can change and get ready faster than any other woman that I know if I have to because I did runway shows. So you can like go back there, boom, change. And the more times you change, the more looks you get to go out in, the more you get
Right.
to be on stage versus the people who
Right. Beat
take
the other one, knock
forever.
the other model down and get out there before they do.
They're like,
Oh my.
get out there, go for Amy. And I'm like, I've been out there like 20 times. These girls have been out there for like 4.
Yeah, you do it. There you go. And it is a competition, really. It is. Oh yeah. So we're getting off track here. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I admitted this on air.
Golly, come
Hey,
here.
this is
My my
well,
healer just jumped up here. She's like, oh mom, you're embarrassing me.
my big old German Shepherd mutt's somewhere. She's over there somewhere. But yeah, I'm waiting for her to bark. That's great. That's funny. Okay, and now you're helping students, vocal coaching students.
Oh yeah. So I do vocal coaching. I do help and I do teach songwriting. So and like I mentor. So I was really thankful like this past year I was able to be a Grammy mentor. So
Oh,
yeah. So you get to
nice.
kind of work with younger adults that are coming into wanting to be in the industry and try and help them find what their path is and see what it's like and kind of get their a taste for it from your side, right? It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool. That's great. I used to teach guitar to the teenagers, and I loved it. I love that. And they just felt, I can be a rock star. And it's like, settle down. Here's a few chords, and here you go. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun and rewarding when we can teach the young kids, most definitely. It is. Yeah. So, all right. It's time for the fun questions. We'll put you on the spot. So, I don't know if I'm going to hit you hard or I'm going to take it light on you. Mm-hmm.
Ah, give me your best shot. Hit me with your best shot there, Benatar.
Give it to you, Bishop. All right. Two answers on this question here. These are people. Person alive, person passed away. Who is Amy since she was a kid to now want to step stage on and perform with?
Do wait, what?
Two people. Person alive, person passed away. Who in your heart have you always wanted to jump on stage and perform with?
It's hard because there's so many. And there's so many now, modern day. Still alive. That's tough because I have like a handful that I would love to perform with. I gotta say Eric Church.
Hey, I
Uh,
like that. Nice. He's a great guy.
I've always been I really look up to his songwriting and his performing and all of it. So that he's been somebody that I've really looked up to with creating my own music. So definitely him for alive. I can name a couple other ones like Brantley Gilbert. is
Sure.
another one. But I'm like, that'll come. But passed away, golly, there's so many.
Yeah.
As crazy as it is, I would love to have performed with Elvis.
I can't. That's my heart right there. Oh, Elvis is the king. Oh yeah, I love Elvis.
I would have loved that. I think we would have put on one hell of a show. I really do. I think that would have been really cool.
That would be fun.
And
I have.
I've always wanted
Yeah,
to sing with the Judds, and since Naomi passed away, I think it's kind of a half and half. But
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Back to Elvis for a second. I have a good friend that he performed with Elvis when he was 7 years old. He was a drummer, and he drummed for Elvis for a set. And he's got the scarf. He keeps it in the bag in the freezer and everything. So shout out to Mitch Hull. So definitely, that was great.
That's so cool. So I've got to meet some of his family, like that's around here. So like Miss Donna Presley is a friend of mine
Oh,
now, and
oh,
it's been really neat to like I got to know them a little bit, and they're really cool people. But yeah, I
definitely.
definitely think he would probably have been. He was it, like especially back
Man,
then. So
man. All right, let's go to another question here. All right, two answers on this one. Let's think around the world here. Two stages you really want to perform
okay, well, you said around the world. Wow. Um,
on.
Number one is I still have yet to play the Opry.
Okay,
And
I can
so
see that
I
happening.
would love to play the Opry, but obviously be an Opry, be inducted would be
Oh
killer.
yeah. Oh,
Um, so the Opry is my number one, and then gosh, what's the other one? There's some big, big, big festivals that would be really cool to play, and I'm not sure which. Like, there's the huge Stagecoach Festival. There's C to C. That's the country. That's over in
what?
the UK.
Yep.
But yeah, you know what? So, because we get to play like CMA Fest and stuff, but I would say obviously the Opry and the Ryman is a really cool place.
Robin, there you go. I like that answer. Both answers, and I can
That or
see.
on the stage for Grammys or CMAs, I'd be cool with either one of those.
Well, you're knocking every door down. I can see the Grand Ole Opry coming very quick for you.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. I would love to
Awesome.
say quick, but it's hurry up and wait.
You just go up there, kick that door in, and walk in. That's what you do. And I got your back. All right. Next question. Let me ask you this: how many people have you performed for? What's the biggest crowd?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. It's been a few thousand.
Okay.
Um,
Awesome.
yeah, I would say so there's been some big venues and some big festivals. So I know definitely, I mean at least 5,000, but probably between 5 to 10, no, 10,000 cuz I performed in front of that was a big big festival in Ohio. Yeah, probably between 5 to 10,000. I mean, I'm not really sure how many people were there that day, but
It's kind of hard to do a head count on that many people, but
yeah.
okay. Well, I want to bring you back to that show. All right. So you're back at on that stage. All right. You start performing. People go, oh, they turn around. What is this? They start liking it. They start moving closer to that stage. They might even sing, dance. I don't know, but they might sing your songs back to you, Amy. And when you see this crowd doing this, dancing, singing your songs, how does it hit you in your heart? How does it make you feel?
That's a real good feeling. I mean, even if it's only like a few people that know the words to your song and can sing it back to you, it still is a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
I feel like when you watch the people that do like the reels and stuff, and you see the moment I felt like I made it, or the moment they knew they made it, and it's like the entire like the whole auditorium is singing back their song to them.
Oh, it's
I'm
amazing.
like, that's just got to be. You're like, wow, that was mine.
You're right. You never forget those moments. I don't forget mine, and most of the time I just turn around. I'm a guitar player. I can turn around and hide behind the drums. But anyways, yeah, it's cool. It is really cool, the feeling and stuff like that. All right, now let me ask you this: do you have any pre-jitters, anxiety, nerves before you get up there on that stage?
I used to real bad. I mean, I feel like if you don't at least a little bit, it means you don't care.
Yeah.
You just gotten too complacent with it. I always do a little bit. Have to kind of shake it out, and not necessarily. It's like a good excitement, anxiety most of the time. I think it's like, whoo, let's do this. Kind of like the build up to
Right.
to lift off. But
Most definitely. I agree. We all take it a little different, but yeah, the jitters hit, and once you're up there, they go right away once you start.
so I have to say, singing without playing guitar, I can sing upside down, backwards, laying on my back, eyes closed. It doesn't matter, right? Like I love it. It's cool. It doesn't make me nervous anymore at all. But my I have a permanent tremor. Not many people know this, and I had an accident happen that's made things even worse. So my hands don't work like they're supposed to, especially my
Oh,
right one. And so the only time I really get anxious stage fright is if I'm going to play my guitar,
okay.
because I'm like, Something's not gonna work right. Something's gonna goof up. I'm not gonna to hit it just right or whatever. And that's all I can think about. Versus if I get up and I'm just singing and somebody else is playing, I can just perform.
Right, right. Well, I was
Yeah,
just thinking, if you're playing with a band and you're playing guitar, you always blame the other person. It's never your fault. That's right. You point finger over there.
it was a rhythm player. It was a
That's
lead.
right.
It wasn't
Not
me.
me. That's great. One more time, Amy. Tell everybody out there where they can find you and your music.
Oh, my music is on all platforms. So it's on all digital platforms. It's on Amazon, iTunes. It is on Spotify. Anywhere. Yeah. If you check me out, it's just Amy Joe. AMYJO.
And I know you're making millions off those streams, aren't you?
Millionths.
Yeah,
Millionths.
yeah, you're right. 60 cents, if that. Unbelievable. All right, I got some more questions here. I'm gonna hit you with this one. All right, nobody's watching, so let's just get this out in the open. Any embarrassing moments you want to talk about on stage?
Oh man. Um so I've watched the people bust it. Thank goodness I've never had that happen. Where they do the reels of the replay of them falling down. Um I've had moments though. I know there have been things happen, like no major wardrobe malfunctions, at least not
Okay,
yet.
that's good.
But like I said, when I was younger and my brain just totally left me. And you'll have moments where used to, if it was my own song, it was even harder to remember my own lyrics than singing a cover song. And I've had moments where a couple times my brain is just like totally like, "Whoop, wait, how's my song go again?" And it's just like deer in the headlights. And it doesn't really happen anymore, but it used to happen sometimes. And I'm like,
I just hum the rest of it. I don't know, but you got to make it work. You do.
solo it right there.
Drum solo, 10-minute drum solo, like in the 80s with my generation.
Air guitar.
Right, right. We can go to 20-minute guitar solo, 20-minute drum solo. Ah, yes.
Yeah, yeah. That was probably my biggest, like the blank out moments. Like I said, they don't really happen so much. They don't happen so much anymore, but I've had a couple of them where I was like, can
Yeah,
I just say that was not my best show ever?
right on. Well, good. Okay. Are you doing any collaborations with anybody? Somebody working on your music with you, singing with you, playing with you, or you vice versa on their music?
So lots of co-writing. That's
Okay.
really cool.
Okay.
Um, Actually, we have in pre-production a guy that's really talented from the UK, who we get to produce, but we just co-wrote 3 songs for him and a bunch of other people, some really cool people. Like co-wrote a song with Peyton Howie. She's amazing. Go check her out. There's a lot of people, but as far as do I have people I'd love to collaborate with. Like I have a song from the time I wrote it, I was like, I'm gonna sing this song with Brantley Gilbert. There will not be another person that fits this part. And I'm like, it's
Easy.
gonna happen still to this, it's gonna happen. But yeah, no, I've got a couple collaborations with my good friend Sarah Ashley that we did that were just a lot of fun. So we have like a little, I guess almost like an EP, but
Okay.
of a
Good.
couple funny, some fun feel good song kind of things. And then there is a potential duo that I'm trying to fit the right male voice into that was a co-write with one of my good friends and co-writers. Haven't
Okay.
cut just yet because I haven't found the right voice for it just yet. But
I have a name in my head, but I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a country artist, but Mark Ware.
oh yeah, Mark Ware's great. I
He's
know
great.
Mark. Yeah.
He's great. He's a great guy. Oh yeah. I think that you two would go great together.
Yeah, he's a great singer too. Yeah, that'd be fun for sure.
Definitely, definitely. Amy Jo, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming on the podcast. This is great. I'm having a good time. We're not done yet, though.
I'm
I'll
not
let
done
you
with
go.
you yet.
I'm not done with you yet. No, no, no. A few more questions, but I do my homework, okay, and I have it written down right here. Before my paper so I can see. Got my specs on. It's a quote you put up. You remember this quote? This is great.
Maybe.
You'll remember as soon as I start. This is how the quote goes that Amy put up. This is great. I ain't afraid of a man. I ain't afraid to shoot him either. That was the quote. You remember that?
No.
No, yeah, no, that was on your profile, your Facebook page. So, yeah, you said that, or you put the
Gosh,
quote
how
up
many
there.
years ago was that? 10?
Well, yeah, I got people in the higher up, so we do our digging.
By higher ups, he means him at 2 o'clock in the morning scrolling Facebook posts.
Don't maybe call the Secret Service. I will. I know people.
Don't drop the phone on your face at 2 in the morning, Al. Bam.
No, I don't even look at it at nighttime. I can't do it. I gotta sleep
I
sometime.
mean, I don't remember saying that, but I'm not going to say I didn't.
Well, you posted a quote whether you said it or not, but that's a good quote, I think.
I'm not sure. Oh, it was like from a meme or something, right?
Yep.
I think I can picture it. Yeah, I did. I did share something like that. It's very true.
Don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger.
Only if it's needed.
Right, right. I'll be shot on the red carpet. Damn, I'm going down. Right. Amy, this question, couple more questions here. Well, in 5 years, where do you want to be with your music? Tour? What's going to happen? What do you think? What do you want? Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, that's it.
100%. Yeah, Opry is definitely going to happen. I would love for. I mean, I've got some goals for where I'd love to play and for things I'd love to see happen. So like last year, I was in 5 categories considered for the Grammys. So winning something like that would be pretty killer.
Yeah.
But even if not, just getting it out there, whether independent, whether I'm signed, whether I actually been talking with some publicists because I know I said I do
Nice.
the PR myself, but looking into some bigger things and trying to delegate more just
There
so
you go.
that I don't know, I see global, I don't see just the states in my future, so I really think going global in the next 5 years would be super cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I can see that. I mean, like I said, you're knocking doors down fast, so it's going to happen fast for you.
Oh, thanks, Al.
Absolutely. One more question before we get out of here. You said you have 5 children, 5 kids.
I do.
So this question's about them. What advice would you give the kids that want to do what we do?
Huh. So I've thought about this because I have a daughter that sings, and I have my oldest son's actually very musically inclined as well, and he sings and can play different things and whatever. Um, I say do it, but like do it smart. Like don't let anybody tell you can't do it because I've had people laugh at me and say get a real job and what are you doing, why do you not have and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, okay, so mute your television every time you watch it, don't turn on the radio in your car, like plug your ears every time you go into a store,
Right, right.
please don't tell me to get a real job, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I say do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to have 2 or 3 jobs and do music at the same time. I mean, I've done it. I'm like I said, I've got 5 kids. I've worked 5 jobs before while I've done music. You got to do
Yeah,
what you got to do. But um, if you love it, do it. Don't let anything stop you.
That's right. Believe in yourself and don't listen to everybody out there because everybody's a critic and they think they know it all. They don't know a
Everybody,
darn
everybody.
thing.
Yeah,
It's-
especially, I'll be nice, but sometimes your in-laws can be the best.
yeah, watch out for them.
No, I mean, I think if anything, they might think, yeah, my mom's crazy, and they know they grew up going, and I'm always going to advocate for the arts. Always, 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 like, for it to be in schools, for people to go and do what their passion is. Like, don't let people tell you can't do that and you have to do
That's
something
right.
else. Just be smart about it. If you have to do two things, do them. Um, go to college or whatever you're going to do, and just do it all well, wholeheartedly, I think is the
That's
biggest
right.
thing. And I want my kids, I know my kids are like, oh yeah, we grew up going to all these, and we sat and we watched my mom here and drug me here and there. They've been in it. They've been in the ride with me their whole lives. And I just I think that they have seen, though, if anything, a mom doesn't make it huge or big famous or something, but they know I never gave up. So
That's right. Don't give up. Dreams do come true. They really do.
that's right.
That's right. Amy Jo, thank you again from the bottom of my heart for coming on. I want you back on your show. And we'll see you at the ISSA. We'll see what happens if I let you interview me. Ooh.
Oh, I'm totally getting you on the red carpet. It's happening now. I'm gonna call you out.
Oh, shoot. I gotta watch my mouth. That's funny. Amy Jo, this is your show. How you want to end it? Anybody you want to say hey, hi to out there?
Hi, Mom. No.
Right.
No, no, it's been good. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I look forward to catching up and
I do
doing this
too.
again.
This will be great, Amy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Everybody, check out Amy Jo, her music, everything about her. If you can get to check out the shows where she's at performing, do it. I mean, you never know. You might get an autograph if you're lucky. I don't know. But support these artists. My three favorite words again: support, support, and support them all. Yes, do it. All right, Amy, we're going to get out of here. So tell everybody we're out of here. Peace.
Deuces.